Not only that, I don't remember if there's any trainers or anything like that up here, or if there's any like good Pokemon to train off of. Anyway, so one of the crucial things that's about my set of equipment is an ability called Soul Link. Now, one of the crucial things that Soul Link does is that it grabs what your maximum amount of health, magicka, and fatigue is. It grabs those values. So no matter what, it'll always grab what your maximum value is. But unfortunately, there was a problem with the script that I didn't notice at the time. I don't know how I didn't notice it, but I didn't. And it was a huge error that I noticed after the fact when I was trying to get something else to work. That for some reason, what Soul Link kept doing was that it kept grabbing what your maximum health is. But the problem is that it kept grabbing your maximum health, but because the way that it captures the maximum health is what your current health is at. So pretty much for me, and technically my set, it kept going, so the health kept going down, so it could never trigger any of the regeneration effects it is supposed to have. And same idea with like the health, the magicka, and the fatigue. All of it wouldn't be affected. This is a huge problem. And at one point, the off-battle regeneration would kick in, but it would never kick off, which was always very weird. And it wouldn't kick off when you go into battle, which is when it's supposed to kick off too. The out-of-battle regeneration is supposed to be removed in two different ways. One is when your magicka, your current magicka, is at 100. When it's at 100, of course it's going to be like all the way maxed out. Or it's going to be enough so that you can get all of your magicka back relatively easy. And when you're in battle, it's supposed to remove it because, well, now you're in battle, you're not out of battle. So, obviously, it's got to remove it, so that you can get the better regeneration effects. So when I found out that there was a bug, I was like, oh, okay, but I don't know why it's doing this. So I thought that maybe there wasn't a problem with my other script, it was just Soul Link that was just not making it work properly. It's supposed to work with Soul Link, but anyway. So I was trying to figure out how to get it to work with it, and I found out the solution is to just put a timer. It's just to put a timer. I have to put a game mode timer of 2 in order for it to properly grab the numbers. Now, the interesting thing is that before, I had to put whatever the maximum magicka is plus 100, because it wouldn't count one of the abilities that gives the player 100 magicka. So what I had to do is by the way, I'm just going to talk over this. So now I could remove that, so that was just incredible. So entirely, it just fixed everything. And of course, another thing that I did is that one of the effects that it's supposed to do is it's supposed to remove, if you have the Atronach birth sign, it's supposed to remove it and replace it with the Mage birth sign. So so what it does is it replaces the Atronach birth sign's effects with the Mage's birth sign effects. Now, the reason why it does that is because the armor already gives you the rest of what the Atronach birth signs effects. because that's kind of like how it was supposed to be. And plus it makes sense too. So that's pretty much what I've been doing specifically for the Oblivion mod. I've just been adding things and changing things, and I fixed that clipping issue I saw with Sanctuary. I fixed that. And then I found out something very interesting, is that I could literally just use the original Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary like coordinates for every item, so the X, Y, and Z axis. I can literally just use the same ones, and it will just be perfect. So I thought that was very interesting. So instead, so that's pretty much all I did, is that I just fixed that. So the room is fixed. Everything in the room is still where it originally was. I think I just changed the lights only because some of them were clipping into like the walls or pillars, and then other ones were way outside the walls and pillars. So I just fixed those, and then that's pretty much all I did. But for like the cupboards, the beds, the chests, and all that stuff, they're all still in the same spot. I've just been neglecting to do it because I just don't feel like doing it right away. Because technically you can still access them. Like you can still do everything you could normally do if the room was never fixed. So it's not that big of a deal. It was just the lights just looked very weird. What's the other thing too? All the doors are named to where they actually lead you to. I actually got help to upgrade the bank script. So if you don't know what I mean by that, I had an item, I created an item that would allow you to be sort of acting like a bank, so you can store money and you can take it out. Now, I wanted help so that I can turn it to almost be like an ATM, where it would ask you if you like to withdraw or deposit, right? So that's exactly what I did, is that, or that's exactly what we did. We figured out how to do it, and then, now technically I already kinda knew how to do it. We did it with the spell tome, the Eternal Darkness spell tome, but unfortunately, the way that the wiki for the construction set says is that activators are different. So I didn't know like how exactly to do it that would actually properly work. So that's why I just wanted a little bit of assistance with it. But yeah, so the mod is just being more and more like fleshed out, and just being overall just being something that I can just dive in head first and just go, yeah, I can use it. Is there any other things that I did? Hello. Yeah, his name was Arkmus. But yeah, so there's still plans for the island, or for my mod. I have, well, technically it's an island, so I guess the island is okay. But I still have plans for it. So I am currently going to, well, I say currently, but I mean like later on, when I have more free time, I will give it a shot. Maybe I'll just do it at the end of this week. Like maybe Friday, I might just try and do at least a tiny bit of work on it. But yeah, other than that, I pretty much mostly finished putting away all of the storage from the main lobby area to what is it? from the main lobby area to the storage room. Now, there are a few areas in which that I haven't done it. And these were the barrels that have loose items in them. So ones that don't have like shulker boxes filled with items. Although there are some shulker boxes that actually do have items in them in those, in some of those barrels. I'm just going to do this just in case there's something different. I'm just going to still talk over it though. So I think one of them has like, what is it? It has a... Oh, what is it? Oh, what's the wording for it? I mean, I'm gonna need Sentra, but I can... do I want to catch it now, though? Sure. I mean, if I get a decent level one that actually loads with one shot, I'll catch it. Actually, you know what? No, I'll just catch it. Oh, should I catch a Pidgey too? I mean, I'm gonna need the Pokemon later anyway. But, yeah, because I don't think there's anything else that needs to be mentioned, to be fair, for Arcanix, everything is pretty much put away except for the loose barrels, yeah. And then some of them do have shulkers that are filled with items. I know one of them has the Skulk stuff. And the reason why I saved those items in particular, or why I saved like those barrels in particular, is because I wanted to make sure that at least some of it gets done on camera. I don't mean that a lot of them have to be done on camera, but like there's not that many barrels. I think there's like 10 to 12 of them. So it's not a lot compared to however many there was in the main area. You guys are only getting like a snippet of what's there, like a tiny bit. So it's like it's like you guys are getting some of it, but you're not getting the whole picture. I've also moved the Elytra booster to where I think it's more appropriate. However, I am thinking of changing it so that instead of it giving the flight duration of 10, it gives a flight duration of 3, which is more vanilla based. So I think it would be perfect. And this is where you tell me that the Pidgey would have flipped him 1 HP. That would have been funny. It would have been funny if it actually did live with 1 HP. I would have been so angry. But anyway, so Arcanix is mostly done storage-wise. There's only like a few things I think still need work. I think I need to change around the enchanting bottles, or the bottle of enchanting, and the lapis stuff, and the lapis blocks. But other than that, yeah, I don't think there's anything else mostly to mention. I'm just gonna heal up. Gonna spend all our Poké Dollars on money, or on Pokeballs, sorry. Spend all of our money on Pokeballs, and then that's pretty much that. So yeah, so Arcana, yeah, so that's pretty much all the things I can think of. And I just gotta find more spots to put the command signs that we did get from, Rosaria base. Currently, I am still doing work with the 1.21 base, so that's still going to get done at some point. However, that one has been getting slow progress because I've been working on Arcanix. So, it didn't get as much progress as I would have liked, but it did get some progress, though. And I have a much more clear picture of what I want for the area, so it's perfect. Or for the creation, it's now a little bit better. I'm going to have an area in which that I can have my bees out, which is going to be cool, because I get to see my 1.15 bees again. But not only that, though, I get to actually have something kind of, for lack of a better word, to have something to like buzz around kind of thing. So like having movement in the area. So instead of it just being like dead air, like Arcanix and Rosaria base, where there's nothing kind of flowing, mind you there is water, but there's nothing flowing in there. Like there's no cows, there's no sheep, there's no like any of that in the build at all. So I kind of just want to have that be the main center focus as well. Where I want to put more animals and stuff like that. Like, one thing that I do want to do, and I want to do it in, like, on camera as well, is to get a sniffer egg. Now, I know I'm going to need 2, I think. However, that's fine. And I want to also collect turtle eggs. And I also want to collect a decent number of axolotls. Oh, the reason why we got Sentret is because it can learn Cut. So we're going to need that later on. I think we're only going to need like 3 Pokemon, I think. I like to use Abra for teleport, but I don't think I think I barely use it.